you formed the band. It was you and Rob. You kind of got started. What year was that you guys formed the band?
I think our first show was New Year's Eve 2019.
So it'd be, let me see. Would that be like the end of 2018 or would that be the end of 2019?
Going into 2020, I believe.
Oh, wow. Crazy. So you play your first show. It's a new year. You're like, yes, gonna get a lot of shows booked.
No, it wasn't. It was going into 19 because then 20 we had a lot of things set up, and it was our second year. Like, oh man, that's gonna be a big year, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it wasn't a very big year for anyone, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, that's super cool that, like I said, you go out there, you meet another guy, you're like, hey, let's get some jamming done. You get some gigs booked, and you get a strong year out of it. You did, though, find something to do in 2020. You guys released an EP.
We did, and we did that right before all this happened because we actually wanted to go back and redo some things. And then the whole COVID thing happened, and we didn't get a chance to go back to the studio. So we're like, let's just get it mastered. We sent it. I wasn't real happy with how it got mastered. We sent it somewhere, and got released how it was. But I mean, we were still excited to release it.
Yeah, definitely. And I found that online. I mean, that's available pretty much anywhere. The EP is called Both Sides. It was released in 2020. Were you guys a duo? You guys were a duo at that time, correct?
We were, yeah, absolutely.
So did you guys both write the songs together for that EP, or how did that kind of come about?
We wrote 2 of those songs together, and then I wrote the rest.
Alrighty. So I do have to ask, though. I did listen to the album. Drums? Who's playing the drums?
And drums, his first name is Brian. He was a session drummer that we hired. I can't remember what his last name is, but fabulous drummer.
Yeah, it sounded great. Yeah. Well, I mean, I believe the promo picture for it, or maybe it was the album cover. It was something for that album I'd seen. There was just 2 of you, and I was like, huh.
Yes.
Sounds like there's drums in here, though, And then I had seen, I guess, like just cruising through your social media that you're actually a 3-piece now, though.
So that came about because we've been looking for a drummer. Drummers for us have been tough. Drummers, for as good as they're supposed to keep time, cannot show up on time for anything, at least for me.
That's always been my joke just generally musicians. There's always like somebody that's late to something. It's just so funny how, like you said, the whole thing we do is keeping in time with one another. And it's so funny because it seems like every band's got the one person that's just like, come on.
Right.
Why 5 minutes late everywhere?
Sarah's not a drummer. We had a party and invited a bunch of drummers, and nobody wanted to sit down. And Sarah sat down on the cajon while me and Rob were jamming out, and she's just filling that spot until we can find a drummer. But she's an accomplished piano player.
Oh wow!
And as soon as we can get her on the keys, somebody else behind the drum, I mean, it's going to really open up our sound.
That's wild.